Hi guys, welcome to a new video. So as you can tell, it's really nice to have my trees, at least some of my trees outside. Here in Texas, it's now consistently above 50, 60 degrees at night, so I can get some of my portulacarias out. I have a couple of my bigger ficuses out, but that's about it. The rest of my trees will go out probably in another couple weeks once we stay in the 60s at night. But my portulacarias can handle a little bit cooler temperatures. I know between 50 and 60 is not that much difference, but I always like to be safe. So once I'm above 50 degrees, I start moving my ports out. And then once I'm above 60, the rest of my trees go out, desert roses and things like that. So, but so I brought this one back inside to work on it. Just needs a little prune. It got a little wild and crazy over the winter since the last time I pruned it. So I thought we'd just kind of go in, take a look at it, and clean it up a little bit, and kind of see what's going on. Overall, it looks pretty healthy. And the last video I made, this was a really long branch. I cut it off and kind of shaped it a little bit, and I'll link that video down below. I also have wire in here. You can see that because I had this back branch here was sticking straight out towards the back, and as you were looking through it, you really didn't have any depth back there, so I brought that around and have it, you can see that wire in there. I just have it kind of looped around that branch and pulled it in and then wrapped it around the trunk, but it looks like it might be biting in just a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and we'll see if the bend took or if I'm going to have to rewire it. We'll see what it looks like here. We'll take that off and see if it springs back or if it's going to cooperate. And so far it looks like it's cooperating. Kind of held its shape, which is nice. Get the end of this wire off. There we go. See, I just had a little loop there. This was around the trunk, and this was around the branch just to hold it in, and it seemed to have worked. So that's good. And I've got another piece of wire on this branch, again kind of bending it around to fill some of this back, and it doesn't look like it's biting in yet. But I think I might go ahead and remove it too, and that way I know I don't have any wire left on the tree, and if I want to rewire it later I can. So go ahead and see if we can unwrap this. And see if it took. Yeah, it looks like it is. It's holding its shape. Trying to be careful here, not break the branch. There we go. Yeah, so that's good. Now, you can see from front to back, I've got decent balance because, like I said, these were sticking way out here. So the wire did its job. Let's start pruning this and see what we got here. Take this one down here just to start with. Keep the height in check. I don't want to get it much taller than it is. Just working on that rounded top. This part needs to fill in a little bit more, it looks like, but we'll get there, especially since it's outside. It should really start coming to life and putting on a lot of new growth. I'm trying to decide here. I think I had this branch. It was wired and it was originally coming down a little more like that. Not sure if I want to keep it that way. Almost kind of like this, and then that way I could maybe close this gap to where it's more of just a nice dome triangle shape here. You could still have a gap there, I guess, but then kind of your line would still go down to that. I think I'm just going to bring these back here and see what we're left with and go from there. I don't want it to get too much longer. Let's see what that looks like. Got this branch here coming out towards the front. I'm not sure I want that or like that, because I've got this other one here that's pretty close to it. Because this one here really interferes with the seeing the trunk. I think I'm going to get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, looks better. Take this down a little bit more. Some of these got a little leggy over the winter. That's kind of what you're seeing here. The internode lengths kind of stretched out because the indoor lighting wasn't ideal. It kept them alive and they grew a little bit, but it wasn't good growth. So I'll take these back a little bit more aggressive than I normally would, just to kind of spur on some new growth. Got a little congestion back here. Now that I bent this branch around, I'm not sure I need this guy, because this one here is now filling in that space, and this one is just kind of right underneath it and not really adding anything to it. Yeah, because you can see here this branch and this branch kind of occupy the same space. So, and then looking at it from the top, you can see that this top one here overlaps, crosses this bottom one here. So I think we'll go ahead and get rid of this guy. And I don't think we'll start a cutting on that. It's kind of a funny story. Over the winter, as I prune some, I'll start several cuttings. And as I was taking my trees outside and setting them on my shelves, and I was telling my wife, I said, I'm not sure I've got enough space. And she was kind of surprised. She goes, "What? How many trees do you have?" And I said, with the cuttings and everything, I've probably got 80 trees, or some of them are early development, but they're cuttings, and so basically 80 things in pots. And she said, "I think you need to take a break on propagating your cuttings anymore. So I'm not going to, it's just hard for me to let them go, but I'm going to try and not try to propagate everything that I cut off. So, because yeah, I was kind of surprised when I counted them and had that many too. So, but I think you all can agree if you've ever propagated anything. It's exciting to see it take off and grow, and you just hate to get rid of anything, but sometimes you just have to because you run out of space and um, yeah, it'd be nice if I had unlimited space, but I don't. Just looking in the top here just to see if we've got anything crossing. This one's this one here is growing down, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that off. And when you do that, when you thin this out, it just gets more sunlight down to these lower branches, and helps keep them healthy. And this one here is kind of growing straight up, and then it's blocking this other branch out. So I think we'll take that down, and it's growing back towards the center of the tree here. So I think we'll take that off. We'll take that down just a little bit more even, just to keep it open and airy in there. We've got a little shoot pointing down here. We'll get rid of. These shoots on the interior here, these leaves that are sprouting out, I want to get rid of those. I think I saw a little spider in there. I'm not sure where he went, but oh, there he is. Hopefully he won't hurt anything. Not very big. We take care of the other little critters that might be on the tree, so I'm not too worried about him. One of the things about taking the trees back outside, you have to deal with all the little critters that take up residence in them. Which I don't mind, as long as they don't hurt the tree. They're free to do as they please. Don't hurt the tree or don't hurt me, and we'll continue to coexist. Yeah, I really like that. Since I took that branch off, you get a nice flow up here. Got rid of that one in the back, so it's not crossing, not congested. Some stuff going on there that's a little kind of growing down. We'll just thin some of that out here. They're kind of meeting each other. Take a few of those off. Yeah, I don't like that. This branch growing down here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off now. There we go. These are the ones that are pointing down. And that way we've got a nice little pad back there. Look at that. These here that are kind of growing down, go ahead and take that off. Continuing to look at it here, we've got some of these that are growing towards the inside of the tree. Take those back. Yeah, I think we're about there for the first spring prune of this guy. It's not perfect, but better than it was. That's my motto. A little crossing thing going on here. Let's see. Go ahead and take that off. There we go. Let's get that thinned out. It'd be nice to get these down here and let these continue to grow up and get me a little pad layer in there, which is kind of already there, so that's good. Maybe define that a little bit more. I'll take this back a little bit more. I may have to bend this down again. I'm not sure what I think about that. As long as it doesn't continue to shoot straight up, but it's getting thick, so it's kind of hard to bend down now. But I don't know. I think we'll leave it like that for now. I just don't want it to turn into another Y. I don't want this branch to get as thick as this one, so I need to keep that in check, because originally this tree was a Y tree. You know, this branch was also out here, so it was like a, not really a twin trunk because it was up higher, so it looked odd to me. So I cut that off and made a cutting out of it, and then wanted to grow this as the first branch, which I did, and it's nice, but I just don't want it to get too thick now. I just want it to be a nice little pad out there. So I think I will take it back some more, and then let that regrow in, just to keep it in check here. Yep. It's still a little congested in there, but I think for now this guy coming out the bottom, we'll get rid of that. Get some more coming out of the bottom. Pick those off. Yeah. I think that may just about do it for today on this one. Yep, I think that's going to do it. Cleaned it up a little bit. Get it back outside and let it continue to grow. We'll give you a quick spin around here. So there's the front, left side, back, right side, and back to the front. We'll go ahead and take this guy back outside, and we will see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.